pay yourself, build and invest in your future. Pay yourself, build and invest in your future. Now, the way this world system is set up is such that you will never ever be told that you need to pay yourself. Only very few people would let you know about the need to pay yourself in life. And the impression they give us is that you are being paid when you get your salary. You know, they create that impression for you that you are being paid, but really you are not being paid. You know, really they just give you enough money for you to be able to go and return it to the same capitalist that have just paid you the money. So you are just being given money to pass you up and manage you till the next month. So any money that you are being paid would never be enough for you to take care of yourself and to take care of your future unless you are smart. So you've got to oversmart the system. You've got to outsmart the system. And the only way to outsmart the system, and one of the principles to outsmart the system of this world, is for you to now begin to pay yourself. The truth is that when they give you your salary, that is not you paying yourself. When your money is being paid, when your money is paid to you, let's say you receive $1,000 at the end of the month, after tax, you see, tax paid, you know, the government, they don't forget to pay themselves. When you get your money, the first thing that happens is that the government pays itself from your salary. So you pay the government. So you are working, first of all, to pay the government because that is the person you put first. So they come first, they pay themselves first. That's why they take away the tax from you, first of all. Then the second thing they do, they give you the remnant of the money, and then you go and begin to spread that money between different people. You begin to spread your income among people that don't really have anything to do with that money, who didn't contribute anything to your income. I mean, for example, you go and begin to remember who you are supposed to pay. Oh, I must pay for my mortgage today. I must pay for my credit card. I must pay for my store card. I must pay for this. So you begin to take the money that you have worked for a whole month and begin to distribute it to go and pay everybody else apart from yourself. And you are not even remembering yourself at all. So you go, when you take your money home, you go and remember the landlord. You remember the landlord and you go and pay the landowner. You go and remember the car owner and you go, the fuel owner, and you go and pay the fuel owner because you need to drive your car. So you are paying the fuel owner, the petrol station owner. You are pay if you have mortgage or you have loan on your car. You are going to pay the car owners or the dealership. You are paying their own percentage. You are paying for electricity, so you are paying the electricity companies, you are paying the water companies, you are paying the utility companies, you are paying the management company, you are paying everybody. Then you pay, if you have children in school, you are going to pay for your school, for the school of your children and everything. So everybody's salary depends on you. So you are the one paying everybody's salary, but you don't pay your own salary. So you go to the grocery store, you go and pay the salary of the director of the grocery, you go and pay the salary of the cashiers, you go and pay the salary of the traders and the workers and the waitress in the restaurant. You go and pay the salary for everybody without remembering yourself. You don't remember to pay yourself. That is what happens. And by the time you realize it, the month is ended already. And now you need to quickly go and begin to work harder and begin to put in more effort so that you get some more money. But the very next thing you do, again, is to repeat the same thing. You keep on paying everybody else without paying yourself. And you think that the solution is to work harder. So you begin to work harder, but it only drives you into more slavery. It only makes you to sell yourself more into working harder, to sell yourself more into the work, into the company, and to look for even better job. You think you are looking for better job. Why are you looking for better job? Because you are working for someone. Why are you looking? You are always praying to get a better pay because you are selling yourself to go and work as a slave. You are working as a slave to the job provider, to the employer, to the companies. And when you get the money, you don't even use it for yourself. You are using that money, for everybody else. The money they give you, you are distributing it among people you don't even know. People who don't even know your name. People who don't even value you. People but they do it as if they are offering you some services or some product, but at the end of the day, you don't remember yourself. So you work like that for 10 years, 20 years, and your needs begin to get higher. You begin to have more problems, more things that you need to work for, and then you begin to distribute the money even more to all these people. And that is how slavery is giving birth to. We become slave that way to everybody else but ourselves. We don't think about our future. We don't think about our children. We just keep on working until we are too old to work. And then what they do to us, they go and send us on pension. That is, they tell you to go and die. Go and die. And then, but before you die, make sure you leave your children, and your children now will keep on working and paying us. So the bottom line is that the money you just received, you are returning it to the owners of those businesses. Because, for example, let's say you are working in a company. That company is a millionaire company. That company is a rich company, or the owner of that company is a rich company. And most likely, that person, the owner of that business, is not just having that business. It's having other outlets, or is having investments in other businesses. So when you go to the grocery store, there is one way or the other, the people who are giving you the money, who paid you from your company, they are also the owners of the grocery store. So maybe directly or indirectly. So the money they pay you from your company is the same money you are going to give back to them, to the same owners, only through another back door. You are going to the fuel oil station, and then you are going to buy fuel. That means you are also paying the same money. You are giving the same money back to the owners, to the same owners of the company. But but if you summarize it, you discover that only 1 to 3% of the population of any country owns the wealth of that country. So the rest of the 97% of the country, they are only working to get enough little money that is enough for them to go and take back. So the 3% that is owning the wealth of the country, they own all the things where you buy and the services you pay for and the products you are buying. So the 97% are being paid, but they are only returning them at the end of the day. And then they go and build advertisement companies and make those things to be attractive to you even more. So all those things that the things that they're advertising is for you to be able to part from your money, for you to be able to, give up your money and be able to send back the money to them. So they're advertising houses so that as soon as you are working, selling 10 years, 30 years of your life to work as a worker, so that all that money you will save it and go and give it to buy a house, which belongs to them. And then the services that you need, the utilities that you need, that also belongs to them. The whole system, educational system, also belongs to the 3%. So all the work you are doing is just and everything you need depends on it's like people in Nigeria and in Africa who talk about neo-colonization. Neo-colonization says, okay, you got your independence, but for you to be able to even eat or drink the cocoa that you produce, you still need to import it from them. So you sell it to them like for peanuts, and then you go and buy it more. Even the money they used to pay you, you are going to give it back to them to buy chocolate and things like that. So it's the same thing that is happening, not just on the area of neocolonialism. It's the same thing that is happening on a daily basis, even in the countries where those people are coming from, especially in the Western countries. All Western people, they think they are free, but they are really not free. They are slaves to the elite, 2 or 3% that control the power, control the economy of the country. So the economy is in their hands. So all the people say they are going to work, but what they are really doing is that they go to work and they go and get just little salary that is just enough for them to return to the owner of these 2-3% of the resources of the company. One of the ways for you to beat that system of slavery is for you to stop working for others. Even if you need to work for others in the meantime, and you need to get salary, Okay, go and work and get salary, but the purpose of you working should be to set yourself free. The purpose of you working to get salary should be to control your appetite, because one of the ways for you to set yourself free from the system of this world is when you get salary. Maybe you target that, okay, I will work for other people for 5 years or 3 years, and all that salary you are getting, you should have to control your expenses. Don't become deceived by the advertisements. Don't become deceived by the pressure of the world. The world system always pressurizes you. You need to marry early, you need to have children, you need to have house, you need to put all that under control. Control all that. Don't be in a rush because of age or because of something, because of pressure of relatives or friends to go and be getting, things that you are not ready for. Make sure, first of all, that you secure your financial freedom. Make sure that you, first of all, become independent financially. So let's say you finish from high school or university at 21, and then you say, okay, between 21 and 25, I'm going to be working. I'm going to make sure that I make myself independent. So you are receiving $1,000 a month, and you are saving. If you really want to be to be free at a young age, make sure you are saving, especially before you marry, before you begin to have children. Don't just save 30% of your income. Save 50%. Pay yourself 50% of everything you need. If you are not married and you are a young man, save 70%. And even if you cannot do this, teach your children this thing. Save up to 70% of whatever you are making. So if you save that 70% or 50%, just use the bare minimum to eat and to survive. All the rest, just begin to put them into investment. Don't just put them in one or two investments. The idea is that, from your $1,000, you are paying yourself at least 50%. You are putting it in doing business that will give you at least 10% return, 30% return in a year. And so if you cannot do business, go and find good businessmen, people who are really good that you can partner with. So the idea is for you to save as much as you can, 30 to 50%, and once you save that money, you want to put it to work. The goal is not to save the money, the goal is to make it to work. So the idea is that at least you have, assets in the tune of maybe $1 million US. That should be your goal as a young man or as a young lady. At least $100,000. Then you can put that kind of big money, for example, in properties, or to tie it down. Just that the money will not be going away, and so that property could be appreciating. But so that is properties. You should invest in properties not when you don't have money, but when you have extra money and you don't know where to put it. So property just helps you for the long term to make sure that your money is not being wasted, and you buy it in a good place and you put it there so that the money is not lost and the money will just be appreciating. But that is not how to make quick money. When you don't have too much money, first thing you want to do is to trade, or to find people who trade, and to find ways of quickly multiplying that money until it becomes big to like $100,000 or more. Then you can invest, put in property or something like that. But you can also put in businesses of people who are big businessmen or who are making bigger money. Look for people in your environment, people who are your friends, or people who are just doing, or you yourself can do it. You can even just buy and sell somewhere, or you can find people who are doing that, and then make sure that they are trustworthy, make sure that they are honest. But even though they are honest, either you sign a contract with them. Okay, contracts will work in the West, but in Africa it might not work very well. So in a place where contracts don't work, you might want to ask for a collateral. You might want to say, okay, I'm giving you this $10,000, signed on my behalf, or signed to my name, your car, or the part of. But the idea is that from whatever money you make, from whatever salary you get, pay yourself first. What I've discovered is that if you be diligent enough to save what you have, at least not to spend everything, if you are going to have savings, opportunities will come. You don't even need to bother so much about opportunities. You will hear people talk, and then if you are saving, you will also be on the lookout. you'll be wondering. I mean, you'll be looking for opportunities. Opportunity will always come to someone who is ready. When you are prepared, opportunities will come. When you have savings, you will see there will be opportunities for you. Of course, there are people that are not trustworthy and people that are deceptive, but you will also find people who are trustworthy, who could be trusted. And so opportunities will always come if you are ready. The only problem is that when opportunity comes and you are not ready, then you are at a loss. But so the most important thing you have to know right now is to begin to pay yourself. Make sure that your opportunities are there for you. To find people who are skillful in something. So a lot of people are like that. You will start a partnership. Somebody has an expertise, somebody has a skill, somebody has what to do, and he can do it, but he doesn't have money. Half of the world, maybe not half of the world, maybe 80% of the people in the world, they want to do something. They have ideas, but they don't have money. Now, the thing that I'm teaching you to do is to save money. So once you save money, just look for someone like that who has a great idea of what they want to do, or who know how to do this thing, or who can multiply money. So look for people who have ideas of what they want to do, and then just partner with them. So you are bringing money, they are bringing expertise, and then you share the money 50-50, or anyhow you decide to share it. That is the way to make your money, and that's the way to make yourself rich and to make the other person rich also. But make sure you secure yourself. Maybe things could be unpredictable in life. Make sure you sign your contract, or maybe you have your agreement, or you have collateral or something. Let something be going for you. Only fools spend money. Instead of you having a long list of all the people you have to pay from your income, make sure that long list includes you, and it's on the top priority. Put yourself in the priority of you pay first. If you have debt and you need to pay some debt, pay your debt, but don't go and use all your money to be paying your debt. Use only 20% to pay your debt. Okay, now remember that the whole purpose of you working is to set yourself free from the dependence on Papa Carlo or Uncle Sam, or so you want to save enough money so that eventually you will be able to work for yourself. You'll be able to finance your own self. You'll be able to set yourself free to work for God. So the idea is that you set yourself free and then begin to work for your mission, for your purpose. God created you for something. God sent you to the world for something. So that is your purpose. That is supposed to be paramount in your priority list. So you are supposed to make sure that you are only working for other people temporarily until you build your wealth, until you build your enough savings, and you build your investment. So once your investment begin to grow, you just begin to manage that investment. Begin to manage the investment while you work for God. And sometimes, you can combine your work you are doing with your calling, and then that calling is still making money for you. But even if you are working with your calling and your calling is making money for you, still go ahead and make sure that you have investments. So while you are working for God, let your money be working for you. The purpose of money is to make money your slave. The purpose of money is to make money work for you. So if you are having money and you don't make money for you, later on you will be working for the money. That is just the law. Make sure that the priority of your spending are not people who take money from you. Make sure that you reduce all those things that take money from your pocket. Paying rent that you don't deserve to live in. Cut your rent, or your money that you are paying for your rent. Cut the money you are paying for all the expenses that are not compulsory. Live in the modest way before you build your wealth. People who live big, they only live big out of the money that is coming from their overflow, the overflow of their investments. So before you begin to live big or live in a big house, ride in a big car, make sure that you have multiplied the money over time, and in many times over, through your business, through your investment. Since your money has been multiplied, you are now using the overflow of that to live big. But you don't live big when you have not multiplied your money. You don't live big when on the money, on the first fruit you are making, or on the seed you are making, because your salary or your first income are your seed. For example, if you are making $1,000 a month, you don't use that money. Maybe you use it for the thing you need, but make sure you multiply it. And once you multiply 1,000 and 1,000 has become 100,000, it is true that now you begin to live big. But in the meanwhile, concentrate on multiplying the little things you have. So that is very important. That is very important. Don't live big. Make sure you don't live big until you have multiplied the little you have. Make sure that you are not working for others to eat. Work for yourself. Work for your future. Work for your children. Work for your posterity. Work in order to set yourself free from the system of the world. Work to set yourself free from Uncle Sam. Work to set yourself free so that you'll be able to face your calling. You'll be able to live for the kingdom. You'll be able to live for the purposes of God that He created you for. So for you to do that, you must have money working for you so that you will not have money issues. But even if you are working and you are working in the area of your calling, still get money and invest that money for the money to still be working for you so that you'll be able to do more things eventually. Go and use your mind power. Go and study about money, and that is go and put it to practice, and that is how you can build your financial future. So stop complaining. Now, one of the things you have to do is to discipline yourself. If you don't discipline yourself, you'll never be able to save. If you don't discipline yourself, you'll never be able to build your future, and you'll keep on going through the vicious circle of complaining and getting worried about why you don't have money. It is because you are not paying yourself. So go and pay yourself first. Go and pay yourself. Only mediocre spend money. Only people who become nothing in life they spend money. Don't be among those people who spend money. But the wise, you know what the wise do with their money? The wise know that money must not be wasted, and the wise also know that money must not be spent. Wise understand that. The wise, you know what they do with money? They save money and they invest money. So I want you to be in the category of the wise. Don't be in the category of people who waste money. Be in the category of people who invest money and multiply money.